My sister-in-law had copied everything I owned for 5 years, so when she stole my tattoo design, I tricked her with a permanent mistake. If I buy a new designer purse, she buys the exact same one by Friday. If I cut my hair into a choppy lob, she is at the salon the very next morning, demanding my exact layers. My husband used to say I should just take it as a compliment. But when I announced that I was finally getting a massive custom half-sleeve tattoo dedicated to my late grandmother, Brittany suddenly became obsessed with body art. I am a professional illustrator, so I was meticulously drawing the design myself. It was incredibly personal and very detailed. Every single time Brittany came over, she would try to peek at my iPad. She kept asking about the line weight, the shading, and the exact script I was using. I told her firmly that I was keeping it a complete secret until it was permanently inked on my skin. But then, one rainy afternoon, I caught her, red-handed. I walked into my living room and saw Brittany holding my iPad. She was aggressively swiping through my gallery, quickly snapping photos of my screen with her iPhone. She didn't even notice me standing there. I was absolutely furious. But as I watched her swipe, a very wicked, brilliant idea popped into my head. I decided to give her exactly what she was looking for. That evening, I spent 3 hours drawing the most aggressively basic, outdated, wildly chaotic tattoo design you could ever possibly imagine. I am talking a massive, bulky anchor, completely wrapped in a thick, tribal barbed wire fence. Right in the center, I drew a giant pocket watch, stopped at 420. To top it all off, I added a banner underneath with a quote written in literal wingdings font, but I labeled the layer as Ancient Elvish Grandmother quote. I saved the file, titled it in all caps, Final Tattoo Design Do Not Change, and conveniently left my iPad unlocked on the kitchen counter during our next family dinner. Right on cue, Brittany went into the kitchen and was gone for 10 minutes. When she finally came back out, she looked incredibly smug, like the cat who got the cream. For the next 4 weeks, Brittany completely stopped asking me about tattoos. Then, the family got a group text. Brittany was hosting a huge backyard pool party to celebrate what she called her bold new era. I knew exactly what was happening. We walked into her backyard, and there she was, standing by the barbecue grill, wearing a bikini, with her entire right thigh wrapped in shiny healing film. Underneath the plastic, red and irritated, was the exact hideous tribal anchor and pocket watch, taking up her entire leg. The second she saw me, her eyes lit up with triumph. She yelled out loud enough for the entire party to hear, "Oh my gosh, do you love it?" I felt so inspired by our talks, so I designed this myself. She crossed her arms, staring at me, waiting for me to explode. She was waiting for me to scream that she had stolen my deeply personal artwork. Instead, I gasped and put both hands over my mouth. "Brittany, wow, that is so permanent." Her smug, victorious smile started to slip. "Well, I know you were wanting something very similar." I laughed, a loud, echoing laugh, making sure my mother-in-law could hear. "Similar? Oh my gosh, no. Could you even imagine? I am getting delicate, fine-lined dogwood flowers, but this giant tribal anchor from 2003, it is just so uniquely you." The color completely drained from her face. She looked down at her red, swollen leg and then slowly back up at me. "Wait," she stammered, panicking. "This isn't your grandmother's design?" "No," I smiled, leaning in closer. "But I do love the fake elvish font you used. Did you know the symbols you picked actually translate to live, laugh, toaster?" She went dead pale, grabbed her beach towel, and literally ran inside the house. My husband handed me a fresh margarita, shaking his head. "You are completely evil," he whispered. I just took a long sip and smiled. "Hey, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right?"